Yo, what's happening? I am your gracious host, Dr. Juice in the building. And we want to thank you for joining us on this April Fool's Day. Urban Matters Black Media Group. We got a hot one again today. And I want y'all to come. Let's chop this thing up. Come on. Hey, man. Hey, listen, this is going to be some good talk today. Thank you for joining us on this April Fool's Day. I am your gracious host, Dr. Juice. Come on into the building here with us at Urban Matters BMG. Professor, is all the signals coming through?
I hope so. I hope you can hear me. I can hear you, and
Absolutely.
I hope you can see me. And I see
Beautiful.
you.
Beautiful. I love it. Let's rock. We about to cook today, man. I'm telling y'all, we finna.
Hey, Breezy, cut that shit up.
All right. Thank y'all, man, for joining us today, man. We got a hot one for you today. Professor, are you in the building? Are you ready for takeoff? Are you ready for takeoff, Professor? Yes, sir. We're gonna make it hot today. That's what we doing, y'all. So let's get where we at right here, man. Listen, it's been a very interesting, y'all. I just gotta tell you, man, we got a lot going on in the city. We have the elections, and listen, they're going neck and neck. I've never saw an election so close, family. I've never saw this. This is something else, I'm telling you. It is a great time to be alive. Would you agree, Professor?
Well, the great time to be alive part, I do agree with, but it being a close race, that data's telling a different story, Dr. Juice.
Really? We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, man. We gotta chop
Well,
this thing up, man.
yeah, I'd like to know what you mean by
Everybody else
close.
coming into the building. Let's see who we got coming into the building. Brother D Park.
I'm trying to fight this ATL traffic.
Hey, we appreciate you for coming in, bro. We're gonna mute you because you got a little background noise, so just throw
Yes,
your hand
sir.
up.
You got it.
Man, he must have upgraded from that Walmart phone. Only Apple phone can do that. He looks good.
Oh man,
Got rid of that, got rid of that black phone.
hilarious. Wow. Yeah, man. So hey, listen. Professor, do you want to discuss some of these numbers we've been talking about? Because we're gonna get this thing live. Let's see if we can fill up your numbers here, Professor. See if we can get this thing going. Crack a liking. All right. Let's see. So, Professor in Urban Matters Black Media Group worked on some numbers, and we're just trying to get to the bottom of these numbers, man, because something is not right. And Professor's been telling a different story, right, Professor?
Well, I've only been interpreting what the data that we received from the Polk County Election Supervisor's Office is what we
Yeah, so
interpret.
let's go to some of the stuff we were just looking at earlier, the professor and I.
Don't
Gonna go right here.
don't feel the
Okay, Professor and I here at Urban Matters Black Media Group. By the way, Professor is our digital consultant. He is an expert in digital technology, and we got my brother D also in the building. He's our research guy. But we gave you an overview of the registered Lake Wales voters, y'all. So in this mayoral race is pretty close. And we came up with some numbers. Democrats, and we y'all know we just like to give it to you blood raw. Okay? Black Democrats that are registered are 1,549. And then we have 542 Hispanics. Now, Professor, you was pointing out that the Hispanics are starting to create groups or numbers that can possibly be represented more politically in our city. In other words, they're growing.
Absolutely. We saw in the data shown that over the last 15 years, the Hispanic voter registration rate is higher than the Black voters registration rate in Lake Wales, Florida. In other words, they are registering at a higher rate. They're passing you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the numbers, I mean, this is just a breakdown, an overview, or an analysis of the information from these charts that we have also at the bottom of this post. So all we're doing is taking the real time information and we're just inserting it.
Can you blow that up? Just double click on that so maybe your audience can see. Double screen on that graph, blow it up. Just double click on it. There you go. Perfect.
All right. Here you go.
So now they can see that in a blown up fashion.
Absolutely. Here it is. There's the numbers, folks.
So what does that say to you, Dr. Juice?
Well, that says that I see a lot of red on the screen. I see a red wave.
Colors are very significant when you're telling a data story. So that's a very good observation that you made by pointing out red.
And then I see a green area that's a hidden treasure that nobody tapped into.
That's an amazing observation. That is such an amazing, because think about it. Think about this, Dr. Juice, as we talk about it. So, wow, that was very insightful, because in the political rhetoric that I've heard over the last, so I've heard the term dark money. I've heard the term dark money. So you looking at the MPAs as green as opportunity, what an amazing insight. In contrast to this dark money narrative, because you're exactly right. That represents an opportunity of undecided voters. Amazing.
What it looks like Yes, sir. Man, I'm just I'm just blown away with these numbers, man. I mean, but hey, we have been discussing them and we have been on top of the research all month long. And we've been awaiting this moment. So let's go let's see if we can go to Mr. Gibson's page and listen in because they should be getting some numbers coming through coming here pretty soon here, right? So let's go to Mr. Gibson page. All right. We got that, y'all. Let's listen to Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson seems
Very important.
Can we hear that, Professor?
Hello, everyone. How are you? Hey, real quick, very important, very important. Come on in. It's very important. Less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. Look, the line is halfway there. It's not as long. It's not as long. 30 minutes left. Less than 30 here. Get up here and come vote. Come vote. You got plenty of time. Get up here right now. Come vote. Come vote. Okay, I'll be that way. Hey, everyone. Less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. I need you to get here. Get here. As long as you're in the line, they cannot deny you. They cannot deny you your right to vote. So get here. Come stand in line. Bring an umbrella just in case. I do feel a little drops. So prepare yourself. But get here now. Get here now. Every vote count. I'm telling you. Almost two elections ago, candidate won by 4 votes, literally 4 votes. So get here, stand in line. It's shady. It's not as hot. Get here. Tell your friends, tell your family, co-workers, whoever you know, whoever you associated with, tell them to get here and come vote. Come vote. This is the most important election in Lake Wales history. And the choice is clear. The choice is very easy. You want someone for unity or you want someone that's special interest. It's a very simple choice. Please get out and vote. Your vote do matters. Your vote do matters. Just like my slogan, our voice, our future. Let's protect our future. Lake Wales is growing, and we need someone that's going to be on the commission as our mayor that's going to fight for you. I'm going to have town hall meetings. I'm going to have community engagements. I'm going to be working for you. Please get out and vote. Come on, get up here. I'm here. Tell everybody, share that this is important. We can make history. We can make history. And like I tell you, I have not ever seen this before. I mean, the lines being out the door, literally out by the road almost. Never seen this before. So that means you're tuned in. That means you want your voice to be heard. Come on, please. I'm telling you. I'm feeling, oh my God. Come on. I need y'all. I need y'all. I need y'all. And if you want to if you want to socialize with us, we're going to be at Strikes Restaurant here in Lake Wales at the Eagle Ridge Mall. I'll be there about 7:15, 7:30ish. Get there, come fellowship with us, sit with us, and let's watch the results together. Please tune in. Where you supposed to be at City Hall, where you supposed to vote? It's either at City Hall in Lake Wales or it's at Lake Ashton. That's in your precincts for the polling. Okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate all the help, all the support. I appreciate all the calls, all the messages. I appreciate all the love and the prayers I've been getting. It's been overwhelming. and I'm just appreciative. So thank you so much. I appreciate all the ones who's been helping me, standing on the corners, waving signs, knocking on doors, making phone calls, sending postcards, putting stamps on mailers. I appreciate all those. I appreciate those that gave from $5 all the way up to, thousands of dollars. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But anyways, get here. Less than 30 minutes. Get here now. Okay? Thank you.
There it is. Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson says, thank you, Professor. Thank you, Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker, thank you. Mr. Gibson says, thank you.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you a little bit. Go ahead. We'll bring you in a little bit. What you got to say, D? How long do you have before you make it to the headquarters?
20
20
minutes.
minutes. All right. We'll be here. We will definitely be here, brother. All righty. Hey, Professor, what do you say about Mr. Gibson? Let's see if we can go to Strikes Lounge. Let's pick these guys up. See if we can tune in with Mr. Gibson.
I'm confused. I don't mind saying that I'm confused.
How so?
Well, I don't know. Based on looking at the data, I've always found it difficult to understand who is, first of all, who's he thinking? I'm confused.
Please enlighten us, Professor.
I don't know. I mean, I heard him say thank you, but I never knew. I'm only speaking from a data perspective. So when I look at that data that we put together, and I know that at one time he was a Republican, now he's a Democrat, and I look at the composition of the data you have on the chart that you had up. We had Democrats, we had Republicans, and we had MPAs. So my confusion comes in that I don't know who he's talking to. I don't know if he knows who he's talking to. I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, he's talking to his base.
Who is his base?
I'm assuming his base.
I don't want to listen. Now, you know how we do. I'm all about data. Show, I don't want to. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. I don't believe it's fair to your listeners for us to make. I think we can make some assumptions based on some strong data, but don't start this assumption stuff with me unless you have some evidence. You know how we do it. Where's the evidence?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. You can't answer my question. So I don't. So when I say I'm confused, Dr. Juice, I'm confused in that I don't know who he's talking to. But I'll give him credit. Some people, they won't even think. So, I guess the positive side of that is the fact that whoever he's talking to, he's thoughtful enough to thank them. That's very generous of him to thank whoever he's talking to. I give him credit.
Absolutely. Hey. Hey, we're again. Here is Urban Matters Black Media Group. We're coming to you live today. We're just hanging around waiting on the results from the 2025 Lake Wales mayoral election. And There was a few other items on the ballot today too, and Mr. Gibson sounds pretty confident, I must say. And I mean, hey, I feel what he's doing. I feel him. So let's tune in to another clip. I went to some of the polls today. I'm gonna give you some of this footage. I haven't edited some of this footage right now, so I think it's pretty crispy footage, if I might say so myself.
Can
And
I give
we'll let you get it up.
Dr. Juice? Can I jump right before you do? I'll jump in. You always want
Absolutely.
me. So you always want me to tell you something about history, right?
Yes, sir.
Here's a quick history story for you, Dr. Juice. A history fact. They were confident when they hopped on the Titanic and sailed out. They're very confident. Keep going. Let's keep going. I just wanted to point that out.
Come on, man. Don't start, man. Please don't start, man.
You said do history, right? That's history.
Yes, sir. That's history for you. That's history for you. Yeah, let's check this out.
We're on the scene here at the Gibson tent. We got everybody going. Hey Curtis, how's it going? Yeah, I got Urban Matters BMG live here.
Oh, you live?
Yeah, you wanna give us some
Yeah, the only thing
some
I want to
confidence.
give you some confidence, everybody out there in Lake Wells. If you're a city resident, I need you to get to the city hall. Check your poll if you need to come to City Hall or you need to go to Lake Ashland Community to vote. This is very important. We need every vote. We need everybody to get up, call your friends, your family member, your cousin, whoever you're associated with. Call them and tell them to go vote today. It is important. If you want someone that's gonna fight for you, you need to vote Curtis Gibson to be your next mayor today.
Today,
Today is the day.
big words from Gibson. Vote Gibson. Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty. So we'll be going live all day. We're going live to let you reach out to your voters. So you're feeling real confident, right?
I'm feeling good as it goes. Hey, either way, we're happy.
Did you see the data numbers we posted on the platform? Yeah, go check out. I think I may have did it on one of my streams today. I did it early live,
Okay.
and I don't know if it posted because some kind of way my account went janky on me. But yeah, go check out the numbers. The numbers are real close. But the thing that I noticed about the numbers, Mr. Gibson, was that you have almost a little over 2,000 NPA, that's non-party affiliations. And that would have really turned the tide and made things favorable for you in your campaign if somebody could just target those non-political affiliated voters and the independent voters. I think they was like 300 or something. I got the numbers on my site, so you can go check that out when you get a chance. But watch behind you there. It's kind of, that van's a little wide there. But yeah, I say, man, if Curtis Gibson could have got more engaged, because it shows that through the charts and the numbers that the Republicans have more people that are signed up to vote or registered to vote. So that was one thing that the data pointed out. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But it's real close though. I think a lot more Democrat voters got out and got registered this election. So,
I mean, we've been here since 7 o'clock this morning. Literally.
hold on, let me get you a mic too. Hold on. Hold on, we're getting some technical audio difficulties here. Let's give Mr. Gibson a mic.
Yeah. We've been here since 7 o'clock this morning. The line has been out the door. That is a good turnout. So we know the people in Lake Wells are tuned in to our city election here because they know they need the best representative that can represent them for their city needs. And I'm hoping, and I'm praying that people really understand that they need someone like Curtis Gibson to be the next mayor, someone that's going to fight and tackle we're having here, fighting the traffic issues that we're having here, and someone that's going to be engaging with you, the citizen, right? Having town hall meetings, community engagements, just being out there and being very transparent. That's what my campaign has been about, bringing people together, unity in our community. That's what we need. Make Wells know. So please get out and vote today. Today's the day. You got till 7 p.m. So that means if you get here at 6:59 and you stand your vote, okay?
All righty.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Thank you again, Mr. Gibson.
Hey, yes. See, it's happening.
All righty. Thank you for that, Mr. Gibson. All righty. All right.
Winner. Chicken dinner.
Gibson feels really good, folks. He says he's really feeling good. All right now. All right. All righty. What's going on now? Coming down to cast your vote. We got you live today here on Urban Matters BMG. You feeling good about Mr. Gibson?
Yeah, feeling good. Feeling great.
All righty. All righty. Thank you, sir. Can you get around? Yeah, you should be able to go wide. Go wide that way first, then cut. Yeah. How you folks doing today? We got you live here today on Urban Matters BMG. So you guys feeling good about Mr. Hilligoss, huh?
Yeah.
All righty. Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Now, is this going like on YouTube and stuff?
Facebook, yeah.
Or Facebook,
Yeah. Absolutely. All righty. Yeah, we just wanting to get you guys on here live so we can hear some of the enthusiasm you have for Mr. Hilligoss.
Well, it's basically, this is also sort of coordinated by a Winter Haven conservative Republican group called winterhaven912.org. And so they kind of said, hey, if you got your sign, just go down in the hot sun and have a good time down there.
Right.
Working with the Winter Haven
912.
small group right here.
Okay, great. And that's good. I mean, you guys from Winter Haven and you're showing your support. So let me ask you a question. Are you?
I am from
Oh, you're from Lake Wells. Okay.
Yeah, it's all Polk County. They meet at the Star little thing about 3 miles north of here. It's a little club on Thursday night. And you can
Yes, sir.
They call it by the mall up there.
Yeah, I know it.
It's all of Polk County, but this just happened to be we're aware.
Okay.
They got all of the members, all 100. You have a crowd here, but most are not like Wales and that up and down.
All righty. Thank you for that. So yeah, you guys are you're pretty satisfied with the job Mayor Jack's been doing, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Conservative Republicans.
There's some literature right here.
Okay.
I wanted to look at that.
Okay.
It'll talk to you about kind of gives you there's some of the things that happen.
Right.
And even here are some issues that he'll be.
And I think we need to do some homegrown stuff as far, because a lot of people, I've noticed, I came out in the 90s. I graduated here in Lake Wells, and I noticed that a lot of the folks, they get educated and they never move back and invest back into the country. I mean, say in the city, in the county. And I think that's kind of where the economic, base is being funneled out of the county and the city.
I think it's safe to say we need some more technical schools.
Exactly.
Vocational technical schools, like Ridge Votech, where somebody can learn
Right.
mechanics,
Right.
diesel mechanics,
Right.
learn how to
Air
weld,
conditioning,
learn construction,
Right.
electrical.
Yeah, they do. They have vocation. They have vocational training at Ridge and places like Travis Votech. But then you got to think about too the technology. Like I've noticed that a lot of this technology needs to be tapped into. It needs to be engaged because, like you were speaking of the porn that's going on in schools, they have a technology out there now that can monitor those signals and control the algorithms that are allowed in a certain vicinity. And I think that our kids need to be more technically trained on that, because that, as far as to me, that's a technical skill too.
If
Digital
the
transformation.
public schools aren't educating
Mhm.
the kids
Mhm.
graduate
Mhm.
or when they leave high school,
Mhm.
however they leave,
Right.
how are they going to make it even in a low tech school?
All right, all right, all right. Hey, that gentleman was saying that a lot of he was regurgitating. I think he's one of our biggest ghost watchers probably here at Urban Matters, because he was regurgitating some of our talking points about a lot of the kids are graduating out of high school, but when they graduate, they're reading on a third grade level. Right, Dry Bones? Thanks for joining us today. We got Dry Bones in the building. Dry Bones.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Professor? What's up, everybody? What's up,
Sir, sir.
Good to see y'all. Hey, man, that was very good. You got both sides. I thought that was very good. And,
Absolutely.
I do hear what the dude said. Vocational training. The schools have left vocational training. They want everybody to go to college, but everybody gonna go to college with their hands, different things, welding, refrigeration. We had those schools in New York. They took them away too. So it must have been a plan. That's why I think the school, looking to the school thing is very important right now, because we're not really learning. If you can go around and ask out, I don't know how that is for you up there, Professor, but the young people don't even know basic history like we all of us out there know more history than most of these young people. They have no idea what took place 60 years ago at all, basically. They might have a few characters they didn't seen, but that was a very good interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good interview. A very good. I mean,
Yeah, raw footage. We can play it later on, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a overview of some of the on the ground at the pole footage that we had. That's raw footage, and yeah, just elaborate further, Dry Bones.
I mean, when you think about the brother said, now I do see two things with that, because y'all area is different. I only see black and white with y'all. Y'all, I don't see that third dichotomy of Hispanic and all that. It look like it's just a black and white thing right now. And so when I see that, I think about how, okay, if this dude who is a black guy, they both Democrats now. Which one's a Republican? The mayor's a Republican.
Yeah, the incumbent mayor, right? He's a Republican. He's running for re-election.
Okay, so he's
He's
a Republican. So I can see I can see how that tension is there, because you want to think the brother gonna do the right thing, but I don't know his agenda. You gonna have to explain that to me as well, because I don't know. And because he sound good from the sound bites, but he said something about the roads and stopping traffic. I don't know what he meant by that. Like stop what traffic?
Well, you remember what we talk about sometimes on your program, the Dry Bones Connection, about how the growth in this area is just exploded.
Right.
And so the infrastructure, as far as the highways and the roadway system, is not prepared for this influx of explosion. So he's saying that he's going to do a better job than the sitting Republican mayor. And also, this guy here, Gibson, he ran Republican last time he ran for mayor and he lost. But he did run as Republican, but this election he's running as a Democrat. What's your take on that?
Professor, you from there? I'm that professor from the same area. What you think about that?
Yeah, hey, somebody.
Because that y'all
So
know.
Did you share those charts with? First of all, I wanted to share my work with Dry Bones before I talk about it.
Pull up the chart while you're talking, Professor. I'll share your screen, so that way we get the full screen view. There's full.
Anyway, I did. So Dr. Broad Jones, we one of the the things that my company is doing in Polk County, and I'm told by the economists in Polk County that I'm the only company that's doing this level of consulting, white or black. All right. So I've been tracking data. I've been doing research in Lake Wells since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've been tracking the elections and all this kind of stuff. I got data 6 ways to Sunday. So can you see my screen?
No, not yet. I mean,
we putting it up now.
yeah, he waiting on. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So here's what we have. And we got data all kind of way. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it.
Right. So you have, by classification, you have all of these races. You got 9 different races, but what we focus on right now, we focus on 3 races, right? We focus on 3. Number 3, they have it. Number 3 equal black. Number 4 is Hispanic. Number 5, of course, is white. And we color coded, right? We made the Republicans. So up here, this is Republicans. So there's 93 black registered Republicans in Lake Wells, Florida.
Say 93 of them.
Well, I mean this is what the data. By the way,
that's amazing. There.
This data comes straight from the Polk County.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, everybody got that. Okay, yeah. I'm just laughing. I'm laughing because it's 93.
And then you have 426 Hispanic Republicans, right?
Wow.
Then you have 2,900 registered white Republicans.
Right.
And we can break that down into female, male, and all that. But right now, for the purpose of this, we're showing that there's nearly 3,000. So if you look at the Democratic side, right, you have 1,500 black Democrats. Then you have 542 Hispanic Democrats, right? And then you have 1,100 white Democrats.
Now that's deep, right? Who now the 1,100? Because I'm seeing that the population, if I'm correct, the whites supposed to be the higher population there.
Say that again.
The white population is the most populous population.
Oh, absolutely. Black people only represent. I mean, if you look at the demographics of Lake Wells, I don't want to move this. Like we'll go back to it, but there's the black represent only 20% of the population in Lake Wells.
Yeah. So y'all got a whole different dichotomy than we got, man. We ain't,
right, absolutely.
Wow, unbelievable.
So let me continue. So now, in this particular race, you have non-party affiliation, okay? So you have 351 black people saying that, hey, I'm not affiliated with any party, okay? You also have, you got some independents, but their numbers weren't significant enough for this story. Then you have 656 Hispanic, okay? And also you have 1,100 white people that's not this side as well. So here's my statement, Dr. Juice. My strategy then would have been looking at this. I would have got me some, instead of, well, one candidate did hot dogs, but if I was running, I would have cooked some tacos and pulled pork, because this data said that there's more undecided Hispanic and white people. So I would have cooked the white people some pulled pork, and I would have cooked the Spanish people tacos and talked to them. Nobody talked to the undecided. When I looked at all of the campaigning, all of this stuff that's going on, nobody talked to those people.
Now I'm not. I'm confused on. Okay, now you are a consultant for Polk County.
No, I'm not. I'm a consultant for Urban Matters Live.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, because when you said cassette, I was gonna say, man, if
Now,
that's the case, but black folks in trouble.
but let me say this much. I this last year I had a contract with Polk County government because I'm looking to expand my business in Polk County. So I made sure that I got a contract with the county so that I can deal with the local municipalities.
Now, right there, tell me what you said. That's why you told that dude. Now, brother Juice, I see why you said about the independence. Now, okay, I got you.
Right. How you
Right.
see?
So what I'm saying. So here's my point. When I analyzed this election, nobody really was making decisions from a data perspective. This is the stuff this is my body of work that I learned in Europe. They didn't teach. I didn't learn this in the United States. I learned this in Europe in terms of citizen engagement and how to make data driven decisions. That type of education isn't being taught here. So when you look at my work, it didn't take you real long to look at that data story and say, wow. I mean, it just hits you right in the face and it speaks to the reality of the political situation. So even if half of the people, even if half of the Republicans, let's just knock off half of that red. If just half of them showed up, none of those people could have won.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good thing. Not just for that one, man, because it's elections all around today. I'm trying to figure out myself. I said, man, because when they did the April Fool's Day, April Fool's Day for the elections, I said, oh man, it's gonna be interesting today. So, what y'all think? The white dude gonna win? Then I'm just gonna say, if I'm a betting man, the white dude gonna win.
Mhm.
Look at
Looking at the
if you look
numbers.
again, if half think about it, Mr. John, if you just chop half of that red, just chop half of that red off, just half. From a numbers, it's just half of those people showed up. You can't win against that.
And they ain't gonna win. But again, what is the brother? Is he still on the? I don't know what the when he but okay. Besides traffic, what's the policy about all the gay stuff that's going on in there? What's the other stuff that's? I mean, is he able to stop property taxes and all that stuff? It's more to it than just saying what he said. He just said one thing. I know traffic, but I got a lot of traffic here, and it's coming your way eventually. Obviously, I mean, but Professor, you're in Georgia.
Let me help you with that.
I think the white folks in Georgia probably outdo the blacks, really, in some parts.
Well, first of all, you got to understand the structure of the municipality. It's a weak mayor style of government. You have the different style of government. You have a strong council, weak mayor, strong mayor. So you got to start right. You got to So in their government, it's really the city manager that kind of run things. The mayor, he's just more ceremonious. You understand? He has to work with and they'll tell you that the mayor really doesn't have any real economic power other than his ability to raise money. Now, so you hear they talk about dark money. Then the white mayor, he's able to market the city to bring money in. And people saying, "Oh well, we're growing too fast," and that sort of thing. You can't stop growth. But we talk bullshit and I just think I believe that the brother could have used a better strategy. He could. I think that he missed a lot of opportunities.
I think I don't know him, but he got that church look. In my opinion, he got the church look. Look like the church is pretty fundamentally behind him. I think, and that leads me to believe that a lot of the women are probably backing him as well. I bet the vote be more. Did you do the sex part of the votes?
It's all church. Dr. John, it's so in everybody that fits down there. it's too much church if you ask me, but it's all church.
I'm not even there, and I can see it.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this much, drop on.
I can see the whole thing. It's like,
Check this out. Do you remember? I know you do. You remember in the 70s when they had the Jesus movement?
yeah, I was young, but as I got older, yeah, the Jesus movement was very
Right.
yeah.
So what I'm saying is the Jesus movement and integration happened at the same time in that place.
Yep.
They closed the school down, and that whole Jesus movement replaced the black education. That's why all the businesses are gone. You had no foundational education that was around economics and politics. So everything became Jesus.
But let's be honest. I'm glad because we're gonna do some stories on this with the preacher man, Marvin Sapp. We play this music through church all the time. That's one of the major songs we had to play. And for him, I told people I'm playing a tape showing why we jumping on Marvin Sapp. We got Jimmy Swagger saying God is going to kill him if he don't get a $500,000. I mean, if that ain't pimping, I don't know what is. I mean.
Hey, Mr. Henderson, what's going on?
What's going on there, brother? What's going on?
What's going on, classmates? Thanks for tapping in with us, man. Thanks. You're a man of your word, man. I appreciate that. We all enjoy and we engage and we appreciate all your feedback, man. So you got any feedback for today? I mean, who do you think going to win it?
Man, I just joined in kind of late, man. I ain't really hit nothing so far.
Okay. Hey, keep us tapped in though. I mean, I'm gonna keep you live and everything. You can, if you see the controls on the screen, you can turn your camera off and you can mute and do whatever if you want.
Okay, give me a minute, man. I'm gonna try to get my headset working.
All right. Thank you, bro. Thanks for tapping in with us. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. That's one of my classmates there. Yes, sir. Good dude, man.
Is that in Lake Wells? That's y'all area?
Yeah, he's out of the Winter Haven, Lake Wells area. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's the election going on, Professor, in Georgia? They got some stuff going on there big time. What they talking there?
Right. Georgia, Atlanta, the metro area, there's so much politics in this place. I got out of politics years ago.
So you got out of there.
Yeah, I'm still the first and only black legislative budget analyst in the state of Georgia. I did that when I came out of the military. I worked for the House and Senate of Georgia. And they wanted me to be a politician in a bad way. And I told them, based on the stuff that I said, I'd rather get rich and buy me a politician.
That's what they do, yeah. That's pretty much what it does. They buy them. But we should be grooming ours. Problem is the church never groomed. I go to any church right here in Florida, and there's a lawyer, a police officer, somebody on the circuit court, all the AKA sisters, all them there, and you telling me we can't come together, put the money together. That's why I say I bring the cult world to this, because it is no way every church got somebody who went to college in that bad. Unless they're a dumb church, which is a whole different story. But all these churches, with Marvin Sapp and them asking for money, man, he ain't did nothing but all with Benny Hinn. Look at Benny Hinn. We don't have. I'm gonna do a show on because every preacher I know pretty much got pimp gang, especially if you tax exempt. If you tax exempt, you telling me not to pay taxes, but you ain't. The church is tax exempt, so automatically it's pimp game to me. To me, it is. I can't speak for nobody but myself. Church is a pimp game.
If you need somebody to second that motion, I have no problem seconding that motion in public.
It's a pimp game.
I second it twice.
Yeah, I never seen where a man could go on Ricky Smiley. That's where the fraternal stuff come in. See, Ricky Smiley and what's the other one? Roland Martin. They have to save them because they're all in the fraternity. So that's why I say we our own people are some people that we fighting against too. Don't think because remember every group got their own little societies inside of them. So basically, that showed me right then and there that if black people are so willing to go along with church, and yet the policy of church, the group they believe in, is anti-church in so many ways. I ain't saying Republican Party ain't is great, but I'm just saying, man, when you think about it, the black church don't have no problem pimping. I mean, we don't have preachers down here gay. We don't have gay preachers up in here. They still go back to even in Atlanta. Bunch of gays in Atlanta. Shit, it's an army of gays.
Listen, they, you know, it's America. People do, but this is the part, and yeah, you're right, Atlanta, and we live in a free country, so I get all of that, but here's the part that's disturbing to me on the religious side, because I'm on the technology side. I'm on the, I talk. I'm a thought leader. I talk about strategy, right? When I talk about organizing, even in this case where they really did dig down into the master plans and do strategy and analysis. But you know what they call strategy? Back where that they talk strategy, you know what they say, Drabo?
What they say?
They say pray until something happens.
Say again?
Strategy where I'm from, they say pray until something happens.
They pray if something happens.
That's what they're being taught in terms of strategy, not trying to figure, just praying that something happens. Imagine that.
Well, imagine something is happening and we ain't paying attention because obviously it's happening. Because if we voting on if we got our people voting on something that ain't gonna manifest, then they in the illusionary world. No matter how much technology you got, how much knowledge you got, it's common sense, baby. Common sense means the big deal. You could go to school, make all kind of shit up, but if you ain't got common sense, they ain't gonna help me out. Shit, I got a lot of people got master degrees, a whole bunch of we got Maces all around us. You got Maces in your city. Does that mean they smart because they got a Masonic degree or something? That don't make no sense because a lot of these people don't even know what the hell they even worshiping. I mean, think about it. You talking about technology, yet they hate Elon Musk, and yet Elon Musk was just glorified by black folks 4 years ago. So how does that work? How do you solve that solution? If you want to talk about strategy, how do you solve?
You talk. Let me try to wind this in because I want to keep it local for you so it'll make sense.
Yeah. Because
we got to. You like to talk money. So think about what's happening in that environment. Okay, citrus was there for 100 years. All right, now it's gone. Why are black people down there? Like I told you before, my name goes back 100 years this year. My daddy and all those people moved there to pick oranges. Okay, they left Alabama because there's no cotton to pick. Dr. Juice like for me to tell history. I'm trying to show you where it is now. So now the citrus is gone. What do you do with the land? You sell the land. It's cheap, right? People coming out of Miami, people coming out of Tampa, people coming out of Orlando. It's cheap land. Okay, so what do you do with the black people? Well, first of all,
Hey, Breezy, cut that shit up.
What happened?
No, we still good. We still
okay.
good.
I'm just going. So now you got this grant money. See, I follow grant money. You got to ask yourself what qualified that area to get that type of revitalization anyway? What drove that? What drove that was there was a government requirement that said that you had to have 20% poverty in your community. That's the essence of the money. Okay, you still with me?
Okay, so let's go with it. Okay, now you saying that they messing up the money.
No, listen, I want you to get this real clear. I want you to be real clear. It'll make sense to you. You got government grants out there. Mm-hmm. This grant is called the RAISE grant. The RAISE grant is a grant from the Department of Transportation. Okay.
Pull it up, Professor. Pull it up. We know we got the receipts here. This the home of the receipts.
You have the raise grant, and the raise grant is a federal grant. All right, just not to give you. You ready?
I'll pull you up.
Do I have it up? Right. So that's the raise grant. Okay, this is if you remember when they talked about the infrastructure and how they're going to rebuild America and all this kind of grant. It's now closed. But in essence, everybody around the country wants this money. So the most significant thing about the eligibility of this grant, without taking too deep into it, is that the community has to be 20% poverty. This is the Department of Transportation grant. You can look at the requirements. Secretary of Transportation.
Well, what communities have they deemed? All what? Black communities or
I'm getting there.
Communities, or just a certain monetary level of poverty?
20% poverty. Rural community.
Whatever group, no matter what group it is.
Well, you have to apply for it, right?
Oh, that's the problem. It's the problem right there. We have to apply for it. How many people in poverty are going to be able to really apply for that without advocacy?
I'm going to show you how they did it. Just hang in there with me.
No, we saying poor people did this?
No, hang in there with me. Okay. You get there. I love questions in my class. I love questions. It's going to blow your mind. So this is my hometown, right? It's my hometown, Lake Wells, Florida. Yeah, so let's look at it. So let's look at the demographics. So you look at the demographics, right?
Right. I seen that you can look at, but I'm saying, okay, now what is going to be the amount of money that you can remember go by what's the ulterior motive of all that to?
So in order to get the money, it has to be 20% poverty.
Okay, we got that part.
So how does a municipality think about it? So you got 20% black people, and you got 20% poverty. So you like to talk about pimp move. So you know what the pimp move is? I'll show you. Here's a pimp move. Okay. So you come up with a program. And you call it this. You call it that. Why do you call it that?
I don't know. I'm not from there. Why would you call it that?
You connect it to the poverty so you can get the money.
So Lake Wells connected.
Right.
Now, this is on their own site. This is on their own site up there. Well, that's
this is So the project. So
that's even more frightening. That means that they're able to put it out there in front of all the black folks, and it's still only a small few can figure this out. That's amazing.
They didn't get that. Wow. So what I'm saying is, listen, as a budget analyst, in working for the House and Senate, you have two things that's significant in appropriations. Okay, it's the money and the language that goes behind it. That's appropriation. So when you look at grants and you look at the purpose of grants and the requirement of grants, the language is very important. So connected regarding that money is a very significant.
Color law, color law, because the word in law don't mean the same thing that me and you saying. It means a whole different bunch of definitions in law. But let me ask you, okay, so I get understanding. So what are you saying, that Lake Wells is not even recognizing they being ripped off? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, I don't know if I want to use the term ripped off.
I'm gonna use the term. I'm saying ripped off. Well, you could say what you want,
Hey,
but it
no,
sounds like
no,
it's ripped off to me.
no,
And I ain't that bright. I can see it's
no,
yeah.
no. Lake Wells, no. Lake Wells is getting paid.
No, I'm saying they ripping off black people. Now, say we talk about municipality. Of
No.
course, the hierarchy gets paid. I work for the county. The hierarchy always gonna get paid. I'm
Okay.
talking about the underlying where you said they're using the 20% of the poor to get these grants. That means they're looking at keeping a group poor. So
Well,
basically,
no,
Or they could be classifying the Anglo-Saxon
I
groups
asked y'all
as
that.
poor.
I asked y'all, I said, are y'all including poverty level of percentage of money which is below $20,000 you consider in poverty? And that's all you make a year. So I'm saying, are they including the blacks and the whites? Because you really don't have a class outside of those two demographics.
right. The blacks are the majority of that demographic, is what I'm
That's
telling
my
you.
point. We are now. I figured that. That's not hard to figure out.
But here's the thing. I cannot say that white people are ripping them off.
Why can't you?
Well, because of the decisions that were made in the community. I mean,
so are people stupid enough to allow this to happen?
Well, I think stupid is a good start.
Oh wait, when you see Sunday, I know stupid because that's what that award was based off. Stupid.
Stupid is a good start because there was a lot of what I'm saying is there was a lot of missed opportunities, and there still is.
But then, I mean, ask you because you college educated. Now you know a lot of Floridians are beholden to these colleges here, Bethune-Cookman, Ethel Waters, and all this agricultural stuff. So it's kind of strange that you are agricultural population. I'm not. I didn't come from that, but y'all have a farming culture that I see that still kind of have some entrenchment with the blacks.
Well, let me.
What kind of politicians? What kind of politicians do you have there then?
Well, let me explain that to you. Well, hold on. Let me explain that to you, Dry Bones, because you're moving to a point that I want to make with you. Yes, it was a transitional community. Lake Wells was a highly most of those towns, because you would pick fruit in the wintertime and then you had to go to other places.
Right.
So, yeah. So then when you created the reason why my hometown has so many churches, okay, I know it looks crazy, but the reason why.
No, that ain't crazy.
Well, no, it is because we come from so many different places during the Great Migration. You got a group of people that came from Georgia. You got a group of people coming from Alabama. They came from all over.
That's right. And they all in New York. Half my people from Alabama, other half came. So I understand that. And again, you look at that dichotomy. Now everybody is now transitioning back into the South because it looks to me that these better economies is down here because New York State taxing people to death, DC taxing people to death. Atlanta y'all might have a civil war because so many blacks are Democrats. I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying that at least Florida is a pirate state. We got one tax, and until I see another tax outside of tolls, because that's where you get your money at. They're gonna toll the hell out of people coming to y'all area, and y'all gonna get toll money.
So let me tell you what the research say about the 20%. And they're talking about black people. You just got a research describe them. They are cost burden, low income residents. That's how that they got that in the plan. That's written. That's language that they describe that group of people, and they're black.
That's called useless eaters. Henry Kissinger said that.
Yeah,
useless eaters. And to think that they can say that, and then people mourn Henry Kissinger dying, especially blacks, as if Henry Kissinger never said that term. He called people useless eaters. And to me, that's the population they're going to kill off first, and the elderly, which is what they're doing right now.
But I'm not going to say that white people. I will not say that white people in Lake Wells sitting around trying to figure out what they're going to do to black people down there because they're doing it to themselves. They don't have to.
The rich, you said something earlier. You said the rich people.
They don't have to. They don't have to.
They're going to use their poor Just like and the rich black people gonna use our poor, and the rich blacks and whites that rich will be intermingling like they doing right now.
There's nothing to use when you know that the person they're not going to read. What is there to use? Why I got to use you? What I'm saying is, Dr. W, if I know that you're not going to read this document, I don't have to use you. I already know you're not going to read.
Well,
So
that's from education, because like that dude said earlier, I'm gonna go with y'all premise of this program. The white dude said the number one thing that everybody in my generation said they took vocational skills out of high school. When they took the vocational skills out, they took off the crafts, the carpenters, welders, metallurgists. We had school teachers automotive. When you take that out, you take away the job skill market to make money for themselves, and that was done on purpose through education.
So what I'm saying is, instead of building a church, why didn't you build something that you can teach yourself with?
Well, the church used to be in the beginning. We can't demonize the church all the way. The church had a function in the beginning. It knew it was a bank. It knew it was able to use the people's money. It got crazy when the government made it tax exempt, meaning that you cannot talk against nothing or we'll tax you. So of course, a preacher pimp want to be able to not get. He want all the money he can get, so he took that deal through George Bush. George Bush put the initiative in. That's a Republican. I'm just equal opportunist on who lying. And so once they did that, man, our church was even more weakened. Because back in the day, I can't speak for y'all churches, but for the South people that came there, they were very productive. They had stores, but something happened when I'm a little kid. Me and you about the same age, Dr. Professor. So, Professor, you know we are. So that's somewhere around that 60 range when they killed everybody. Seems they laid a foundation down that me and you now trying to figure out and try to make a strategy for the next generation. So I think this is why Urban Matters premise is on the point, because we're really trying to figure out a strategy to reach a generation who may not understand what's coming, because they're digitized all our phones. All our phones are memory banks for the database, so they already know what we're thinking. They already.
Let me do a shameful plug for my company. I mean, we're researchers, okay? We're researchers. The thing that I bring to the table for this organization, they can't afford me, all right? But the knowledge that's needed, you would think that they would be culturally conscious enough to contribute to my research. I had one person out of my hometown years ago, good friend of mine. He called me up. He said, man, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but it looks good. Because, I do this history. I have a database. No one has a database of Black history of Lake Wales larger than my company that we've been collecting. And he said to me, he said, man, I don't know what you're doing, how you're doing. He said, but I like it. He said, I want to see you some money. He said, it ain't a hell of a lot of money involved, but I just want to let you know I understand research, and I understand how important research is for us as a people. Because if you remember, President Roosevelt came, the reason why Roosevelt High School in Lake Wales is because President Roosevelt came to Lake Wales and he was so impressed with the progress. He made it law. He built that school to protect and preserve the history of that time. There's no other time that was Roosevelt. Why they won't honor that? Jesus that took over.
That's a good program. Jesus took over. I like that. That's a good one. Yeah,
it amazes me.
But let's go with the premise of the program with the election. Okay, but Juice, you know more about the dynamics because you're there. Are you saying that okay, the white dude, being that they probably know most blacks ain't voting for them, so you feel like it could be a problem with the perception of the fact that through the professors' uh, demographic chart showed me that where the part that you said earlier, they not going after that group, that middle part, the independence. Remember, we all say being independent is a very powerful thing. So they know they ain't keyed on it. But now, if that black dude would have keyed on them, it's a possibility that he could have. But I think the white dude, if he talking like, is he talking like Trump or something? Because I don't know. See, I don't know him like y'all do. How is he talking? Is he with the Trump thing or no?
Yeah,
No,
you don't. I mean, not openly. I mean, he's like me being the host of Urban Matters. He understands the business aspect of his ministry, so he's going to remain neutral on a lot of the stuff, and he's going to remain,
So he's a religious evangelical, just like an evangelical guy.
basically.
Oh
Yep.
shit, yeah, that's deep there too. Because remember, the evangelicals are the ones that actually put a lot of money into Trump and them in the beginning. Yes, they did. That's on the database.
drop bones.
Wow.
I'll give you some numbers. 700 votes came out of his church the last election, just so you know.
700 what?
700 votes came out of his church, out of his precinct.
Oh, I'm sure because again, when you say he was a pastor, I started thinking about it because that's why I tuned in. I said, "Damn!" So I didn't know who was what. I thought you said earlier they both was Democrats, but
No,
now that I knew he was a Republican, I'm saying, "Oh, he going." I know
Here
he
is
going.
here is Mayor, the current mayor, Jack Hilligoss. Here is his reaction,
Which is
that question that you asked earlier, Dry Bones, about the traffic and the infrastructure. Here we
Right.
go. And the growth of Lake Wells. Here's his response.
I would say consider the greater Lake Wells, but
Do we got it? Hold
I
on.
heard it, but it stopped.
Because I lost count how many times a medical helicopter have flown on my property here at Eagle Ridge Mall due to accidents. And we don't even get notification that they're coming. They just come. And we see it, and people think it's something that happened at the mall, but it's not. It's due to accidents. So we know the biggest issue is congestion pertaining to not only Highway 60, but Highway 27 right here as the cut off of Thompson Nursery Road, and those are some real bad areas as well. That's where we need representatives to fight for safe, like sidewalks, street lights, to expand our road, to make it easy and accessible for these vehicles, so that we already know. So if we know our city is growing, why haven't we
Okay, so
focused on
I see what he's saying now.
our
Because if y'all not doing the construction for this stuff,
even our city
that's a problem.
roads that we control city roads? So why haven't we focused?
Let's keep stopping. You hear me? I think
Go
it
ahead.
stopped.
Okay, did it stop?
stopped.
Okay. Yeah, probably some lagging going on.
No, but
So,
I'm just gonna just say quickly, he's so right, because what's happening here, they building stuff now that they should have done earlier, which because of money, like Professor said, it's about that money. If the money don't get to it, so they started to build a bridge. Now they take everybody to the beach without going through all of the bull. They got it's gonna be high over the city, so it's almost there. I think 2026 it might be fully done, but so what they saying is, and I understand that part. It is rough when because Georgia, parts of Georgia, like Lithonia and all them Conyers, they don't have sidewalks either in some of their spots until you get down to the other areas. They got sidewalks, but some of them is walking on the same thing. So it's really the money that was diverted. Here we go again when we look up stuff. Remember, where's the COVID? Where's the infrastructure bill that was supposed to be given to them by the Democrats? Remember, it was an infrastructure bill. Where the money went? See, this is the part that I get up people because the infrastructure bill never got to the people. It got stolen. And this is where we at now because y'all got to be fixed because y'all gonna be like a major hub for that Orlando and middle section Florida. And we got the bright line train here in Miami, go all the way to all the way to Orlando now. So the train is rolling. So y'all gonna be rolling in about 2027. I see
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
I see y'all rolling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
It's coming.
Listen.
It's coming. No doubt. No doubt it's coming.
Listen. We are cooking here today. Thank you for all the feedback. Hey, listen, this is going to be, I'm trying to keep us in the game, man, until the actual final numbers come out for the 2025 elections here in Lake Wales, Florida. I am your gracious host, Dr. Juice here at Urban Matters Black Media Group. And we got my trusty brother. He like to stand on that square with me. Dry Bones, and we got the professor also in the building, and we got DP in the background. He has not landed yet. We're trying to wait for him to land.
He said he like landed, yeah.
But that's our research team, brother D Parker. He's part of the research here at Urban Matters Black Media Group. He is a intricate element of Urban Matters Black Media Group. And we can't, I don't know where we will be without our most egregious professor Voss at Voss Computer Systems and Urban Matters Black Media Group missing.
That's right.
This is the home of the receipts. This is where, like my brother Dry Bones say, facts really has to matter. And Urban Matters, PMG is where we give you them receipts. And listen, don't come over here if you don't have receipts because, hey, Dry Bones, I had to pull y'all somebody Sunday, boy. You about to light one of our good brothers up, and I had to pull you off the brother. I was like, "Whoa, Dry Bones, that's a good brother, man."
Hey, man. Hey, when you start talking about that money, and I tell people like that, like Professor say, it's about the money. And again, I don't want people to think we've been scammed enough. We got to now come up with the receipts like y'all doing. Y'all been showing. What I like is y'all showing charts. Y'all showing the things. Y'all getting the data in, and that's what's got to be seen, man. Because our people don't see this. They don't see the actual data. I mean, even the news don't really show you the real data until it's time for elections, and then by that time it's too late.
Absolutely, man.
I got something I'm gonna show him. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, bring it on, man. That show. I'm hoping we showing everybody, not just us. We want this to go to people to see that, because I'm thinking to myself, man, people gonna start migrating to y'all in the next year or two because they're gonna leave Dade County.
It's already happening.
I'm telling you, you're gonna leave Dade County, and I just want to know where we can have a refuge at because it's necessary. And y'all got the land. I know a lot of people have brought land. A lot of people from Florida have brought land already in Georgia. I myself have dabbled in that. And again, Georgia is a hotbed, but they real estate going up a little bit more now too. And it's like we got to look at the interest rates and look at all that going on and keep an eye on that. That's important to the people. If you can't get a house or something of your own, or you can't get rent that's astronomical of your pay, then we have a problem. And I just think people need to realize what inflation means, and hopefully, brother, you be able.
I just want to show you the availability of some of these properties in the area. Drive on.
Yeah, let's see y'all
kind of give you. Just to kind of give you a recap of what's going on. Here goes some new listings right here. 398 new listings. Look at this.
Now that's pretty good.
Look at some of the prices on some of these homes, and you can look at some of these homes, what they look like.
That below 300 is the hit because we can't find them down here below 300. Everything above 300. Wow. See, that's why it's doing it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. That house there is 320. It has 4 bedrooms, but it's very.
Well, 4
Look at that. They
bedrooms.
go one for 300,000. This is
That's how Georgia is. Georgia was offering that stuff.
Go ahead.
With a $500,000 house in
He
Georgia,
said-
you get in the damn little mini mansion. In some cases, wow.
That's a
That looks good.
townhouse right there.
Man.
2.5 baths. It's on almost 4,000 square foot lot. Look at that.
For how much?
Look at that.
For how much?
See if we can pull that up for you.
I can't see because it's little. Hold on. Let me go.
300,000.
No, my I see it. Y'all got 320. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, of 1,700 square feet on a $3,000 square foot lot. The man, I guarantee you that you do the comparison, y'all, of what you see here of square footage and put it right here in Miami and see the difference.
And let me show you. I want to show you. I want to show you demographics. Let me show him the demographics of that, Dr. Judy.
Wow.
Who can afford that? I'm gonna show him this. So I want to show you from a voters registration data who those people are.
90. I'm half. That one 135. What is that one?
Breaking up a little bit.
That's 13 bedrooms. No wonder.
Exactly. The 135. You saw that, right?
Professor was showing us.
That was.
The professor was showing us something. I don't know. It went out. Yeah, he was showing us that it went out. Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
A lot. A lot. Dry bone.
So here's some work that I did in 2023, almost a year ago. Okay, and this is voters registration by birth year and race. Okay, birth year and race. So if you want to read this, right, the race is the color code.
Okay. Red
is white, green is Hispanic, and blue is black. Okay. And these are the years. This is from 1926 all the way to 2000.
Damn.
So the people those houses that you were looking at, right, based on the voters registration data, these are white people that was born during this period of time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're the highest number of voters.
Yeah.
So they can afford, if you look at them, this group that can afford those houses.
Yeah. Look at that.
You see, it's this group. That group was born between the old white. Look, old white people. This is 1926. Old white people, right? Old white people from 1926 to it goes down because they died. Right there, 1976.
And when they do touch, they touching. The blue is who?
The blue is black. They still got blue.
They only touched one time in 1976.
Right, there you go.
Wow.
And then look at what the Hispanics are doing. So look at how the Hispanics from 1975, right? Because that's the year we're looking at from 1975 to 1920 to 2025, right? So look at what's going on between the last 50 years.
Okay, you'll stop at 2005. Okay, you stopped. Okay,
2006.
2000 what? 6. Yeah, you stopped at 2000.
Right.
Only imagine. Do another one. Do another one showing up to that. I bet that might be a total different ball game.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'll do it as we go along. We have that data. Again. See, here's the thing. See, let me stop you for a minute. If you appreciate this, did you see how excited you got? Oh, it's how do I fund this? Right? How do I? It's just me. Come on, people. Oh, we need more data. We want to see more insights.
Hold on. I thought y'all. I'm confused. I remember you said that you do the thing over there with they hired you to do all what you over in Japan. So I didn't know. I'm thinking you already got the.
I have all. Listen,
You said, I mean, when you told me you was going up the last time we always talked, you said you had to going over the Asian countries. I'm thinking, hell, you rolling. Shit, I'm thinking Asian people got shit. You don't need a black.
no. Well, you know what?
That's the ones who go pay. Asians and Indians.
Let me show you. Let me show you right quick what I am working on. It's funny you just say that.
Believe me, I got a little bit of knowledge about it. I'm not savvy like y'all, but I got family members that the Asians and Indians are the ones that's what you should be selling that to. Oh my God.
Let me show you. No, I don't. Let me just show him one more thing, Dr. Juice. It's funny. Wow. I'll show you. Hold on. Because last time I talked to you, I did a course in Vietnam. I want to show you what came out of that.
Yeah, you told. I mean, that's the last time I figure, hell, you with the Asians. Hell.
No, I am. It's so. I'm proud to tell you this. You'll like this story right quick. I did so well over there. I have a. One second. I'm gonna pull it up. Right here. I did so well. I have a. Pull this up. I have a New York publisher. A book is coming out of my work right here. This, in fact, while we were talking, this is the front cover of the book covers of my book that's coming out. I have a book coming out.
You have to get it. That'd be good.
And I have a publisher. I put it like this: this publisher in New York, they don't even talk to you unless you see a six-figure title, and they're telling me the work that I did in Southeast Asia is beyond a six-figure title. So these are the book covers we're getting ready to market. I'm getting ready to fundraise the research because I do have to go to Vietnam. They want me to go over there for 30 days. So we're working on these covers right now that I'm working on. These are the book covers.
I mean, you got the connection right there. I mean, you in the mix. I mean, them the people you should be worrying about. The black folks doing black folks, please. Black folks, only a few small hand black folks probably at a level of teaching other Asians. If you're teaching Asian people, you be the.
You know what the book publisher. The book publisher told me. I'll show you the book publisher. I asked him. I said, "Well, do you have any black thought leader authors?" He said, "You're the first." And he said, "And what's special about you is that you have an international reach as a black man."
Well, there you go. So you don't need nobody. I mean, if you can get the money funding from them, because I mean, that's where the research at. Those people like that. Because, like I said, unless you got a spot, I can't speak for what you got there like well, but I know you in Georgia. I mean, it's a lot of tech people everywhere that know more than I can think about. But I just say, if you got that connection, man, manifest that connection, bro. Because I mean, how many people can go teach an Asian group? You should have videotaped that and made it part of your, because that'd have been, because everybody know that the Asians and the Koreans top notch, bro.
But they want me. Well, here's the deal. You want me to video it. That's why. The deal is, I want a book to go with it. I want royalties.
Well, remember, if you videotape it, when you videotape it and you do it, then you got that be your. That's your.
But I want. What I'm saying is, I want institutions to buy it. What I mean by that is, if you take that course, you got to buy the digital copy of it.
Oh, I don't know how y'all work it. I mean, I'm saying if you was over there teaching them Asians, I would be on top of that for real, because that's where the money at, man. I'm telling you, I see it, but they go. I showed Juice. They go over there. It's Indians and Asians all through the tech world. I mean, that's in the tech world. It's a handful of blacks, but the actual money group, the actual money group, man, is them damn Indians and a lot of them Asians, man. So if you in the mix, bro, you should be glad. You're in a good time right now.
I'll show you. Perfect time. I'll show my screen. Just put that screen up, Dr. Juice.
Hey, what time the polls close up there, man? They close down?
We should be closing up right now because it is 8:30.
Go on your news. Go on your news because I'm gonna leave in a minute. Go on your news if you can and see what they say with y'all who win it, because that gonna be interesting if that white man win. I'm gonna say it's gonna be interesting because the blacks seem to be Elon Musk haters, in my opinion. I'm like, they sound like they with the you said, but he ain't saying Trump. Now the white dude, I'm gonna look at tonight on my new on my Fire Stick TV for y'all news. I'm gonna see what they saying in y'all area because that's interesting. Because Professor, you want to show the demographics, and that black dude did not go near that group that you said would have been a big change.
Man, I tell you, I would cook. He cooked hot dogs. I would have cooked hot dogs. I would cook pulled pork for the white people, and I cooked some tacos for the Mexicans.
Damn. Hey, you ain't lying though. Hey, who got vintage? Who got vintage Alfred Hitchcock? I see vintage Alfred Hitchcock up there, man. What's up with that? Alfred Hitchcock is. I ain't never seen
I
him.
got them white folks to pulled pork.
Let me see that. Lake Wells Little Theater. I bet send me there. I might go to see that. Alfred Hitchcock was that was. You ever watched that show? Any of y'all? I don't know if you ever watched it. Alfred Hitchcock was a top notch mystical occultist.
Yeah.
Look at bro, y'all. I've never seen that. Y'all actually got to play with Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah. Holy shit, that's a good one there. I ain't never seen that, man. Y'all the first. Even I don't think New York even had an Alfred Hitchcock. That's pretty good.
Exactly.
What's going on, Dry Bones?
What's up, man? Hey, what's up, my brother? What's up, brother?
I had to holler at you before you escape.
I can't hear you.
I said I have to holler at you before you escape.
Yeah, we go by to have to do a skate move. Yeah, I like how you said that.
Hey, bro, D, drive on. Bro, D got some heavy books too now. Tell him pop off some of them books, D.
Well,
yeah, go ahead. I ain't escaping yet. I ain't saying I'll leave it right away.
Well, you know, I've been trying to just catch some of your channels though to talk about it. Some of those books I have, man. Because one thing I've been talking about to Professor Voss, when do you graduate from religion? You know, when do you go to the next step?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
When do you enter the spiritual realm? How do you enter the spiritual realm? And then once you get there, what you going to do? What is your knowledge about that? And most of them doesn't. Most of these pastors, they're not guiding people to that. It's more money, you know, prosperity gospel, you know that. And of course, you need it. You do need it. And
it's in the Bible. Money is a defense,
right?
In the time of trouble,
right? Because you cannot survive on this plane, in this dome, in our dome. Because when I was talking to Dr. Juice about some stuff about how they destroy the tree of life, how your soul have to enter through that tree and back out, but it can't escape because the tree of life has been cut down. So most of that haven't been taught to us. So you have this recycle system we go through.
It's over already. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I see the picture. I see the picture you put up. Okay, yeah. Wow. They say he already won.
Oh man.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I didn't realize when you took us. I was looking at us. I came back. I seen you put the picture of it. I said, "Oh, it's a done dollar. He got the whole family out there. He got the grandkids, everybody.
That's a done deal.
Yeah. All right. Go back to what we were talking about. You saying, brother? You saying I don't know what you. Yeah, you was going into something deep.
Sorry about that, D.
Okay. Well, you know, they try to get you to believe outer space and uh, escape the affirmative, but they are not really sure because I don't think anybody went to the moon and all that because their technology, you know, their technology wasn't there, and
No doubt.
yeah,
No doubt.
the tech is not there, the power is not there, and then when you look at what they want to say flying saucers, they came out the water first. They came out the water first.
That's keep going. You rolling.
So that system, which is the portals, we have porter underneath the water, and um, try to think what's the we have porters underneath there. So and they are being guarded. So what 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 we experience is this illusion that we're going through, and to keep our people in a state of dry bones all the time. I had to use your nickname there, but to awaken is if they can't graduate from religion, they're going to stay in that spell. And I'm not trying to throw religion down because you know you go through grade school, you go through college, and you graduate. So you got each step in life you graduate from. But when it comes to this religion spell, they don't graduate; they just recycle. And you can see the term and everything we look at, we see the recycle. So even the yin and yang signs is showing you the recycle through the yin and yang sign, and
Yep.
that is not our symbol.
Eh,
It's not our symbol,
Man, but that's a deep symbol, though. Make sure you know it's a deep symbol there. That yin
right?
and yang is almost as they got a couple some names for that because good and evil, as above, so below. It has a lot of symbolism to that. Yes, it do.
Right. But our power was at the tree. And once they did, you see, when you see that's one thing I was talking about to other people. When you see these mountains, um, you think it is a mountain, but our trees used to be sized as a mountain back in those days. So when they destroyed over years, you know, the growth rocks and stuff. If you look at a tree that have been cut down, broken, or destroyed, it, if you take a shot from bottom up, it'll look just like a mountain.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me ask you. Said something about the tree. So you say they when you because I like to be like precise. When you say they destroy, who you saying destroyed?
Well, that's the well. It, one thing I was looking at, I'm not sure it was the who they call the Anunnakis,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
you have very intelligent um, beings that came from their realm to our realm,
Mm-hmm.
and what they try to discover is our soul, because your soul can pass through a certain um, what I want,
Frequencies.
right.
Yeah.
You know the body can't enter.
Yeah.
So even those it's a different type of power, but it was only made for us.
Man, now let me just say this why, so we could put because so you know when you talk to people and they ask you, oh man, show me. Remember you said about they can't leave the realm.
Right.
Tell them to look at the UN map. That's the flat Earth map. The flat Earth map was the ones that they showed the Earth had the firmament we in a prison. We can't get out because of Van Nuys radiation belt. If everyone know why we can't get out, it's called the Van Nuys radiation belt. And we cannot get out of there. Our bodies cannot go there. And the reason why I say that is with facts is because the Russian group told the United States to bring those same spacesuits that they claim they went to the moon in.
Right.
They clean up Chernobyl because that's the same amount of radiation, if not more, that's in space. So they could not do that. You remember these little thin suits. Now I'm gonna show you how the occult world works. Somebody want to ask you, well, that's made up. What's that movie about O.J. Simpson called Capricorn 1? When they tried to kill the astronauts when they did the fake land moving, and they did remember O.J. played a movie called Capricorn 1. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
OJ's best movie was him pretending to be an astronaut. They had them fake a moon landing, and when they found out they was fake, they didn't know they faked it. When they found out they faked it, they had to try to kill them. And the second one is Stanley Kubrick, who made Space Odyssey. They used his studio and they killed him after he revealed it to the people during the first stages of the media. They killed him. He made the movie Eyes Wide Shut that showed the sex trafficking. So you're absolutely correct. We cannot leave this earth. The moon landing is fake. They never went again at all. And Elon Musk and them cannot get off. That's why they're blowing up when they get to a certain stage of Earth. They blow up. So you're absolutely on point.
Yeah, because see, nobody said nothing about Elon Musk's drilling company, boring.
They bore underneath the earth.
Yes.
With the French. They doing it here. They did it too. When you come here to go on your trips, they take all the freight down through the Miami Beach is going through a tunnel. The French can board it out with this diamond thing, and anybody know you don't see those trucks going to the beach. They go underneath the seaport, all the way underneath, and that's how they get to the other side of Miami Beach right now. Correct, absolutely correct.
And I've been looking at that machine. It's not like the old what they used to do with New York when they did New York tunnels.
Right.
This beast is totally different.
Totally different. It's a monster, man.
It's a monster. And then nobody talking about it.
Well, you just said something else nobody talked about, but people like us. That's why I love talking to people like y'all, because it matters. We forgot CERN. I think they spraying us when we forget stuff because remember CERN. Y'all remember CERN?
Yes, that's what they did with the portals.
Right. So they did CERN, and because you remember, so you got remembrance. The people could have heard CERN, don't have no idea if that is still in effect. They even got a CERN in America. We got our own CERN. They in Texas, and the other one somewhere near Kentucky. Some ships. They got CERN right here, smaller versions to open up the portals.
They got 7 of them.
Yeah, there you go.
They had 7 of them.
There you go.
And then when they plant the seeds in the clouds, they use silver.
That's right.
So when people's chest is getting tight, you know, because you're not supposed to have that much silver in your chest.
You ever heard? Let me just say, because since you're talking about the Nephilims and the Akanaki, you ever heard that we used to digest gold?
Yes.
And you can digest silver. It's called caladium, silver caladium.
Right, but the multitude what they use to make rain, they use that to make silver.
That's different. That's not the real. That's
right.
Killing. That's killing.
And so that's what causing your sinus.
Yeah.
All the and they know it.
They know it, man. Now let me ask y'all because this is why I talk about this politics game. Now we got what I consider, and y'all may not agree with what I'm saying, but just deal with it for a minute. Okay, if things supposed to be truth raised to the ground, this is the first time in a long time this country had a Kennedy who's still alive from seeing both his parents and family members get killed. Now, he's saying the food poison. Again, we might dislike crackers and everything, but if the cracker telling me the fact that they killing me through the food and telling me you think the food should be looked at by the black community because they seem not to read any ingredients at all. What's your thoughts on just the food alone? Y'all farm territory. Yeah, so y'all probably got a better farmland to get food than some of us down this way in Florida, Miami. So I'm saying that once you think about the food, how the black people are concerned about the food, being that you, my brother, you said yourself, we know chemtrails flying over us for how many years now? But we know we're being contaminated with something, and I think
when I went down to Florida with
nanoparticles, I'm gonna say nanoparticles.
When I went down to Florida, I was amazed about the orange trees.
Yeah,
and just dying. Well, we can't do nothing. But it looked like the same. It looked like the same thing in Alabama. Because Alabama, we used to walk and we used to eat while we walk. We had plum trees, pomegranates, blackberry. Now all those things are gone.
You're right, man. And now, my father from New Bern, Alabama, and we've been there. Now, y'all full of farmland, huge farmland right there, but not too far from Birmingham. I think they're 90 miles from Birmingham. Yeah, we used to go there with young kids, very rural. We get here, it was rural.
Right.
In Florida. Now it's not going to be rural. What's y'all take on the farmland being taken over up there? How's the farmland looking for y'all up there? Is they taking it over or making it more?
Yeah, in Alabama, well, first of all, we need to do some DNA because my fraternal grandmother is from New Bern, Alabama.
Yeah, that's why I got that last name, Witherspoon.
And I was Hollis, and as you well know, Dee and I spent a lot of time in Alabama because we're law enforcement in Alabama, and what we found is that the Korean auto manufacturer, there's a lot of manufacturing that's coming to these, especially Macon County. You're having these factories coming to Alabama.
Hold on, I can't see that, man. What's the count? Is it a wipeout, man? I can't even tell. What is it saying? Read it to me because I can't see what you got it up there. Man, please. It's a 10-point lead, so you know he actually did a good fight if he got only 10 points. If we'd have got that independent crowd like y'all said, see y'all did the data. Now imagine why he couldn't listen to y'all on that demographic that you told him about, Juice. You told me, said, well, if you would have went for the independent, you see, he ain't say nothing. He ain't say one word. That was a good interview. Mm-hmm. That was a very good interview. Because he never mentioned why he didn't go after that independent crowd that y'all showed. Wow.
Dundee got Haines City here.
Wow.
Haines City results. Lake Alfred did their results. Lake Hamilton town mayor, they voted for let's see, Phyllis Hall won it 62%. Okay. Precinct 51. Let's go to Lake Wells. Curtis Gibson. He killed it, man. He knocked him off.
Oh man, 60 to 39. Yeah, he only got 890 votes. Wow. Y'all said it. Y'all showed it, man. If I'd have seen that earlier, y'all said let's bet. I'd have definitely betted on the white dude. I could tell you that.
They wouldn't do what I'm saying is that Bones. Here's again. They wouldn't do business. They're not going to do business with somebody like me. The black guy.
I don't know the politics you have with them type of people. But I mean, basically, I looked at what.
But these are unofficial numbers too,
no,
so
saying,
it may be.
I'm just looking at how they was not mean to. They could have been nasty towards you, the whites, but they was pretty receptive on what you said. You came with some intelligent talk. They actually was, answered your questions. So that's why I said the interview was pretty good really good because here's a group that really most blacks wouldn't even go up on, and yet you went up on top of them, talked to them, and it looked like they were eating better than the other dude. Like you said, they should become pulled pork, man. That's deep what you said, but it's true.
No, white people love pulled pork.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, you using the real strategy. You using strategy. That's why you saying that, because you using strategy.
Shit. The hell I look like feeding white people. What I look like feeding white people hot dogs?
Yeah, see,
So they love pulled pork.
and he could have pulled it. But I'm gonna say, again, the reason why I'm interested in what this going on, man, because for our lifeline, most people don't want to leave Florida based on the taxes and a lot of things we get away with here. But I think y'all gonna be the breadbasket, and I know y'all better get. I can tell you, Brother Juice, you know I told you. I said y'all best to get ready because people gonna haul. Most of our age group gonna get out of here in the next 2 years. Mark my word.
Where they gonna go?
We gonna go. They're gonna find houses. I call it the belly. It ain't just y'all middle. It's the whole what I call the longitude lines of y'all middle. Y'all from Lake Okeechobee, from y'all to all the way past Lake Okeechobee. People gonna be buying places there to get away from all that's going on down here. Or they gonna go to Georgia, or they gonna go to Texas. Most people. No,
let me tell you where they should go. The Black Belt, and I got data on this. The Black Belt is Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Okay, my clients, in terms of law enforcement, my law enforcement activities are in the Black Belt. You know why they're in the Black Belt? Because Homeland Security got $1.8 billion for rural law enforcement agency. Why do you think I'm a law enforcement officer in Alabama? It's a different world. You wouldn't believe the municipalities that you have that are all black, like Lake Wells, that are in Alabama. They have law enforcement there. There's a lot of money in law enforcement, a lot.
Yeah, well, law enforcement, man. Remember, I don't know if none of y'all been to jail, none, but going to jail is a bank. The judge is a bank, y'all. The prison is a banking system. Period.
So what you gonna want to do, John Brown? You gonna want us to come to your show and talk about digital evidence. You want us to talk about digital evidence.
I'm willing to do it because again, this type of data is beautiful. I love it.
Think about this, Dr. Jones. How far would you leave if you left your house, right? If you left your house and you left your smartphone, how far would you go without going back to get your smartphone?
I have done that, and I don't go back because you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. I will go through major traffic if I even 20 minutes off that tilt, because I can tell you I gotta be without no traffic to be there at 5:30 to have an easy day of traffic. If I leave at 6 o'clock, you are in traffic here in South Florida. That's a fact. I mean, major by 8. So yeah, you're right. I have done it, and I realized I'm gonna tell you about me because I have done that and said to myself, man, I felt like damn. I said, man, I know what it feels like when people say I left my phone, but you like, damn, we are super attached because you get all this info data, like you say, at your fingertips, and that's where they got us.
Did you ever say
I gotta be like 2 minutes away from my house for me to go back? If I get down the road, if I ain't got it, we ain't going back. That's
you ever hear about Pavlov's dog, serial conditioning, Pavlov's dog, and all that? You've heard about that, right?
Yeah, we conditioned, bro. We brainwashed.
The cell phone technology, the emotional outcome that it produces with the cell phone, the games, all of the things that stir up your emotions, the same emotions. They designed the phone to stimulate the same emotions that cocaine stimulates.
I've seen that. And I see why they put the movie together with the Kingsman, where Samuel L. Jackson had put the frequency in the cell phone and made everybody go crazy. And Brother Juice, I played the tape where the man said they could put us into a frenzy where we would not be able to stop us from riding, and that's what's been going on. Because the riding is because remember, we got these cell phone towers. These cell phone towers are satellites for the frequencies, and because people took the COVID shot, that's the mRNA. I told you it's called nanoparticles when they spray us. The nanoparticles. I went to this thing called nanoparticles science, some bullshit I went to. Man, if I was to tell y'all how much the nanoparticle science is, man, you cannot tell. Aerosol. They could put nanoparticles in the medicine. They put nanoparticles in everything now. So it's like, you know, we in a sci-fi world, baby. I always love sci-fi. So I know.
When I say search warrant, when I say search warrant to you, Jawbone, what's the first thing come to your mind when I say search?
Police.
That's the first thing that come to your mind.
Yep, search warrant, because ain't nobody's gonna come to my house asking for nothing but the police with a search warrant.
You know the first thing come to my mind when I hear search warrant?
What?
Your cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, the cell phone is definitely part of the search warrant because they got the data of listening to you all day long. But then again, let's go there. Series. I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time. Series, even when people were talking about, we was talking about because people I know into tech. A lot of con. Let me just say this because we talking real. See, a lot of people I know who are scammers. They were able to get your ID, your information. I know a lot of scamming people. So they're tech people. Tech people are scammers, plain and simple. The real money making ones. Now I can't speak for you, but the real money making ones are able to scam so good with technology that people would give them checks, and you'd be like, how somebody would give you a check because they're using this technology to make it look like it's real and everything. So that's already done. But think about it. They did it because they're able to take all our technology, show us they got all our information, and they had it for years. I didn't know that. I'm young. Who knew my parents gave them all this access to our information? We didn't know that. And now your parents did it. Everybody on this line, parents did not know they was giving up all this information about us. And when now we're at an age where you can't go to the doctor no more without even telling them about you. So we're going through a digital age. And I'm okay with the digital age because I knew it was coming. I watched the Jetsons as a kid. I knew it was coming. The Jetsons told me it was coming.
You know, George Jetson, he would have been based on what year he was born, he'd be 3 years old right now.
Who?
George Jetson?
Yeah.
Based on the year that he was supposed to be born, you can look it up on the internet. George Jetson supposed to be 3 years old right now.
Now check that out. Now here it is. They got Rosie the robot. Elon Musk got Optimus Prime coming out. Optimus Prime. Now look at the names of this stuff. The stuff is called, it's like cartoon, the Transformers.
Yeah.
Yet they, like the brother said earlier, they brainwash us through spell words because they're using the same thing we grew up with. Our kids may not, but they all watching. Y'all remember, I don't know how old all y'all is, but you remember growing up, used to be cartoons called Prince Planet. Remember Prince Planet and Ultraman? Ever see Ultraman? Yeah. Now, we thought they was made by white people. They was made by the Japanese.
Right. And so the Thundercats. The Thundercats are Japanese gods.
Right. So
which they have Egypt. They had the Egypt gods as the demons.
Now, see, thank you. That's what thank you, man. See, these are the things that we grew up seeing, but we didn't perceive them. We little kids. Now we getting old. Say, wait a minute. They showed us this when we was in our young teens, early, 10, 9 years old, 10 years. And I'm saying to myself, man, that's why ain't nothing new. And I'm gonna tell you why you should be pretty good about what we said about this, because we can see this because of our age group. He said it came out of the ocean. You remember the movie Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea? That's where they said it was all underneath the ocean back in them days when we used to watch Voyage, because they was telling us back then that there was kind of it's called inner Earth. But you should remember that. We used to have that map with the inner Earth and upper Earth. There you go.
You remember this one?
There you go. Somebody's go open. What's that one? Because again, you got to bring it to my. Bring that to our members on that.
And look how thick this sucker is.
I'm looking at it. I must say, yeah. Now again, these are the books that you and all of us on here took into our own self saying, let's look. That's called self-knowledge. Seeking ye shall find. Because no one, my parents didn't tell me to look these books up. I'm only gonna speak for my people. They never say, hey, go look up the lost hours of Tahuti and the Emperor. They never told me to look that up. I had to go out. That's Rudolph Windsor. That's my boy there. Yeah, that's my boy there. Yeah. Rudolph is the man. Yeah, that's why. Hey, that's why. That's part of my MO because I don't know if he told you my history, but I came out of the Yahweh.
I have too.
So we was told to read. That was a must-read book. And the other book was we had to get concordances, Hebrew lexicons. That's what we had to buy. And Black's Law Dictionary. We had to buy it through the temple because that was the books you had to buy. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in it. So that's what. So we grew up on a lot of that. But that book there, he laid it down so symbolically. And I say to this day, that's why we call it the dry bones because it's definitely that we all look. I would Brother Juice. Brother Juice gave me professor. Now we connecting now in a way that we couldn't do it because it was too hard. Now we use the technology to connect. So I'm happy for that.
Yeah, because Juice got he got semi-attacked. Juice got semi-attacked. You know, and
salute.
And when I was telling Juice, I said, Juice, you know, when you listen to them guys speak, man, they have from this Hebrew Christians.
No, because of masonry, man. See the three great lights. I'm just gonna be out there. I can't be playing with too much with this. Okay, it's three great lights. If Judaism, Christianity, Islam, they infuse together. They're the same thing. And so when Christians become into the court, Prince Hall and them basically is Judaic.
Right.
So this is where now they never tell you that Yahweh had a wife. You got to go deeper and study to find out all of them had cohorts because you can't get here without a woman because your biblical cohort is the actual foundation that everybody got that. So if you got the biblical core, the story about the coming out the rib, that's the maha bone. Maha bone. That's bone marrow. That's all that's about. So what happened? They keeping them women out, and now the women. I don't want to go too far with this, but the Nephilim. I'm going to say this. Everybody, you could tell our people don't know how to pray right in a way because every time we pray, it's an masculine. Every time. He. Get down to the deep part. Even Allah had a wife. Her name was Alet. So we pretended like now you wonder about the Arabs in New York and Jersey and DC. Why the Arabs all over our community? Because see, you only got to deal with white people. We got to deal with everybody.
Right.
Y'all deal with one graphic. So I don't really feel that it's no big deal to me. It's like, okay, you got one group. I had already told them, would you rather have a group to speak another language or the language you speak? Which would you have as your enemy? Anybody can speak that since you like strategy, brother, professor. What group would be your most better group to fight? One who got another language or one who got a different language? Which one would be the worst to fight?
Well, we've seen with other groups that they've certainly been able to weaponize their language to defend themselves.
Thank you. So right there tells you got the easier enemy because the white man gonna mainly one day go along with anyway. He already know the history. The ones who come with another language is the ones that got a different history and they ain't gonna pretend to be with you. But how can somebody from another country, way over on the west, even though you sit in the east, they over in the east, we in the west, how is that gonna be making sense to the black people in America when you say how the Arabs took over all of New York? How the Arabs could take over all of practically some of Georgia and India through gas stations? How is that done? If you got a black constituency there claiming to be educated, that's where I'm at.
Well, don't get you started.
Hey, what time we going? Hey man,
Don't get you started.
hey, we gonna. I gotta close. I know y'all brothers about to keep up, but
Hey man, listen, there's the numbers, man. We got them on the
that was a good
screen.
one.
I got a little bit more detailed chart right there. And looks like Curtis Gibson got 493 votes today. He received 397 votes by mail, totaling 890
Dude.
votes.
Hey,
39.
Jews, go over to the winning side and do an interview with the winning side and ask them some questions. Hey, because
Yeah. Oh, that's all. You
hey,
trust me. I already
that's the art.
already
Hey, that's
planned
in
out.
the art of war, man. I got that. I'm gonna since y'all show a book. That's in the art of war, man. Hey, since you already see who's the dominant force, it's best because the loop is there, man.
He didn't even get. So you're telling me that Curtis, he didn't even get 1,000 votes?
No, I didn't get that.
You got 890.
Yeah, there you go. Son sing. All I'm saying is these are things that make you wonder how the black community could think that they can sustain without making accountability now for where their money going. Because if the money going to people, I can only speak from our area in Miami. When I see that certain groups are getting so much of the tax base over the actual, even the Bahamians who actually hold the charters of Miami, you wouldn't even know they moving all the blacks to Fort Lauderdale. In case y'all didn't know that, all the blacks they put this in one section for Miami Gardens to Fort Lauderdale. So you got to wonder, say, well, okay, how the housing gonna be? We're gonna be wiped out because the tax base is going up here in this part of Miami. I don't know if y'all pay attention, so that's why I keep telling y'all when people get to the point where they got the last of their retirement money about to go, y'all gonna be the refuge. They're either gonna be from Tampa all the way to the other side, but guarantee you they moving there. Guarantee you, white folks already up there because they left the county jobs, aviation, seaport, all them buying houses up near y'all now. That
Right.
sure is.
Right.
Hey, do one for me, man, on that one. Professor, when you let's do a show on that. And use them same charts because I'm gonna try to find the ones here because we ain't really have no big election like y'all did. Only a few municipalities had it. So
Yeah, well, we can get the data from. We can do the same thing.
Yeah.
From your municipality, but let me just pitch one more time, and I appreciate you asking that. And when I talk about in public, when I talk about research money, I'm not some preacher that's trying to get money for a car. I don't even have a car. I sell firewood to finance my research, and if there was anything that I wish that I could impress and get black folks to learn is that research is so important when it has to do with your own quality of life, and we don't recognize each other's and such. We have no appreciation. Why do I got to go all the way to Vietnam, which I don't mind, but why do I have to go to Vietnam to educate them and can't even educate folks in my own community? That just baffles me.
I agree with you, but remember, you're in a field that most people do not study on the level that you studying. So you around your contemporaries, and I think it's a blessing if they're able to give you something and take that money and bring it back to over here to help that's what they do with my daughters. They do STEM. They got black women for STEM. They go around the country because our culture, the young generation who play these games, who on the VRs, who in virtual reality, who into the anime, they are going to go into the New World Order more than we are going to go into it. They're going to be okay with robots. You and I are going to die off. So we got to make it now, like you say, to create that type of information for the generation that's out there now to say, because our generation right now, be honest with you, we now old, but look at our parents and stuff. They would never be able to, they can't even pay their bills now at a certain age without going through the phone or the computers. So we didn't even educate our elderly yet, in my opinion, to understand how to maneuver into this new world order. So that's where we at now. Like our parent generation, they having a hard time. Medicaid, all the stuff that it take. You know how much you got to go through. I'll go through this with parents. You got to go through a lot. You got to be able to go to the internet, be able to do all this stuff to get their money, try to get kicked. And then they want to give you an arbitration. Now you think me and you could do this now? All y'all on the line, we can do that. Think about what they're doing to that generation now. That generation now,
they're obsolete. They're done.
They dead.
They're dead.
Out of order.
So, one of the fortunate things about my career, I talk about my career quite a bit. You know, I've been in cybersecurity for a very long time, but you know what killed my cybersecurity in the corporate side?
What happened?
Obama administration.
See, I would never know that. See, I didn't even
I'll explain it to you.
Wow.
Right. The Obama administration killed it because think about his second term and think about who he had to turn to. I ain't mad at rainbow people, but when he empowered the rainbow people in his second term, they kicked the black man out of corporate America. Me and a rainbow person are not going to have the same philosophical views, bro. We're not. I don't dance backwards. So in the early,
that's what he did. Now that black folks, including the first term of people, I admit that most black folks was very naive in the beginning about Obama. But when Obama gave the civil rights movement to the LGBTQ community, he actually opened the Pandora's box now for men to say they women and for women to say they men. And that's what they did. That's
so they called the black. So what they did. So it was the white boy that came up with the term toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
So if you was a real dude, I'm a real dude in the country. They kicked me. I couldn't get no work in corporate. So what has happened to me now, when you talk about long term, with all of the cybersecurity stuff that I have now, I've gone into law enforcement. I'll be able to do digital investigation. I'll have a robot doing it. Digital investigations. I can't even tell you with all of the things.
Okay, if you could get a robot, let's like the night scope. You say if you told all of us right now that hey, we can invest into a robot. I think the night scope is like about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. We invest in a robot. Now you have to say in the contract that we'll take this robot and you will be able to because we can't program it. We're gonna let you do it, and whatever residuals we can get, that's what we need to do. Because again, you saying something I agree with. Because I should tell my people being down here. I don't know. I can't speak for y'all. There's a lot of sex hotels here. So I went to something, and I even told my kids this. I said, man, they went to Japan. My kids went to Japan. They see a sex robot. I sent it to you a long time ago, budget. They went to a sex robot show. I couldn't believe that the Japanese people was going to go along with making a sex robot. So I went and checked it out. Now, it was shunned by a lot of our people, but I said, man, we should make sex robot. Now, again, I made a pitch for this based on the fact that I started thinking about the money game in this. And I said, wow, all these sex hotels here. And you know what? Even though I never could get the money, do you know that that's going to be the number one? That's going to be number one. And because somehow they convince men in these countries that a robot is more feasible, more economical, and less stressful than an actual being. That's a shit there.
Wow.
Now go look it up. Go look it up. I went to the seminar.
I've been watching it.
And Chinese people have sex robots with almost now they put flesh. With flesh.
Yeah.
That's unreal, bro. That's unreal stuff we deal with.
You know those, but here's the security issue that I always think about Chinese. You know those portable vacuum cleaners. You know those.
Yeah.
You know they're drawing you. All these people that got those robots. The Chinese are drawing designs of your house.
And that's by TikTok. All that now again, that's not done by accident. That's begun because the Chinese emperors who was in see, I look at the whole picture when this. These are gangsters. The Chinese government gave their own people opium. So the Chinese government didn't build a Great Wall of China for nothing. So obviously they have enough power over their people to tell they could only have one child. They people went along with that. You do know that. Now they people is totally educational oriented, totally more respectful to the elders than ours for sure. And they was the ones that put the suits in against DEI. It was Asian people who put those suits in to get affirmative action redone. It wasn't no white or black. It was Asians. I look up all these laws myself too, and I said to myself, how can that be? And that's unreal. How could an Asian person? Because people think, oh, these Asians put the laws in now. I hope y'all know that. That's a fact. Go look it up. The Asians do it. Now, why would the Asians have so much power? Now, I'm got to go because I've got. Anyway, think about that. That's a good program, y'all, because these Asian groups are buying up a lot of real estate in Central Florida as well. That's a fact. And they don't even vote. How is that? These people don't even vote. So something like
that's the part that I always emphasize here at Urban Matters BMG. How are these folks getting so many resources and they don't even vote? I never really bumped into or trying to bump shoulders and fight with a Asian person trying to get in the polls before me. I've never.
They don't say vote blue no matter who.
Yeah, gentlemen, I gotta go, but we'll talk later. I gotta leave, but we'll talk later.
Man, I gotta get out of here, man.
Yes, sir.
Respect everybody. Respect. Appreciate it.
We have the final numbers. Look like Mr. Hilligoss is up almost 30% in the vote. So, hey, y'all give both competitors and both candidates all your love. Give them your peace and salute both of them guys for putting in a good race. But it was packed, man. The lines were long, man. That's really cool. Info.